Filmmaking as an art form can be best described by the perfect marriage between audio, video, and writing. Yup, it's a throuple. Oftentimes in the videos y'all have seen on my channel though, I've been focusing on the writing first in pictures that I watch as I analyze film history. But this time I'm going to be analyzing the music in the audio form as part of this year's One Musical Scene project. I've seen this project for like a few years and I just wanted to go in and try it this time because when I heard this theme being the thing, I knew exactly what scene and movie I was going to focus on. So, I present to you all Soul's Into the Zone moment. Pete Docter and Pixar's Soul is a film drenched with such a deep love of music that it's insane. It's the instrument that channels the film's theme for passion, and it's also used front and center in a way that the film tells its story of a musician trying to find its purpose. But I think the scene within the movie that most exemplifies this is when Joe finally gets to audition to be the piano player for one of his inspirations, Dorothea Williams. Now, before I get into actually dissecting the scene for you all, I'd recommend you just go watch the scene in the movie yourself first, because I don't want to ruin the magic of the scene on a first watch with my commentary, just so you know, because you're all awesome and you really deserve better than that. If you want to watch it for yourself, go either pirate it or go on Disney Plus and go to 6 minutes and 26 seconds of the movie and you'll find yourself at an optimal start time. The scene goes until 8 minutes 45 seconds. Watch the scene, come back, I'll be waiting. You can pause me, this is YouTube. Alrighty, everyone watched the scene for homework for the class? Good, I'm proud of you. Let's get into this, shall we? So, when you're unpacking the scene, one of the first layers that really I love about this is how it shows Joe's stages of anxiety as he's entered for the audition. First, there's the feeling of not knowing what you're doing as he tries to adapt to the band's playing, but the minute he gets his groove, the scene really starts coming into its own. His music starts off sounding like it's kind of out of place for the back end of the band when he starts to find himself, then he starts blending in, and then when he falls into the void of the scene, it absolutely takes flight as he disconnects from the band and starts focusing on his own song in his heart. And I don't know if any of y'all wound up performing or being a theater kid. I am a theater kid. But this is exactly what it feels like when you're performing and on stage and transforming into the ensemble that emerges. But another musical piece with the scene that's so effortlessly weaved in is the gorgeous score that Soul has throughout the movie. Soul's trio of composers, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and Jon Batiste, really pulled all the stops in making the music here take a life of its own that the animation complements so well. Especially once Joe's entered the zone and the colors flip from reds and blacks to blues and purple to show how it clicked to Joe. While also the scene within itself really shows our main character Joe's spark for music in the action that it cements. So another thing I really kind of want to note is Soul is the first Pixar film to win Best Original Score since Up. And this matters because it was against movies that the Academy actually cares about. Sorry, animation fans, the Academy doesn't care about you. I think we've known that for a while. But yeah, just putting that in and out there. But I think that part about what is in it is just showing how strong the score is. That it's compared to Up, which has probably one of the best Pixar scores to date. And the fact that they're the only two Pixar movies that won just stands so much stronger. In conclusion to this little mini video, the scene that this represents is so great and sets such a great bar for the rest of the movie. And whether Soul lives up to this scene is ultimately, I think, to the audience who's watching it. But for me, on my first watch, this is the part where the movie really clicked and became my second favorite Pixar movie, only behind Coco. Soul became one of the first movies I've ever watched twice on subsequent days because I just loved it so much. And when you connect to a scene that much, you know it just has to be one musical scene. So, to anyone who's a regular or new to my channel, well, hello there! I'm the one and only Phineas. I do a lot of video essays that cover the history of film and animation, as well as a little bevy of things. You kind of will never know what you're really going to get with my channel eventually, maybe, who knows? But I want to say thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate having you guys here so much, and I hope you enjoyed. This has been such an incredible experience getting to actually take part in this experiment that I see happening around so often, but I never actually take part in myself, if that makes sense. But thank you guys so much. Y'all are so lovely. I appreciate y'all.